It's fun to do that. I mean, I'd even put it in launch control. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video where this is a bit overdue. This is my review for my Kia Stinger after 8 months and 6,950 miles of ownership. Now, I know that's very specific, but when I went to go do the 6-month review, I had got into an accident. Well, it was a hit and run where you guys saw that my back bumper was pretty beat up, and I have it all fixed up. All right, so I wanted to do the review. I have the price of what it costs to get fixed up, and then I kind of want to tell you guys the running cost of what keeps this car going and how it's been, reliability, practicality, everything else overall, and see what you guys think. Now, I know a lot of people do these videos, so I want to kind of let you guys know, coming from my perspective, coming from the Maserati Ghibli. So it's a little bit different of a car, it's a little bit different of a price. Kind of just want to let you guys know my experience and let you know why I'm really loving this Kia Stinger GT1. Just to give you guys a little insight on my spec, I have the 2019 GT1 rear wheel drive. Now, since then, Kia has added GT lines, which kind of are like GTs, but not, they don't have the same powertrain, but they have some of the same trims and the wheels and stuff like this. But when I got mine, it was just base model or the premium and the GT, GT1, GT2 spec. Now, I have the snow white pearl exterior with the red interior. My favorite combo, and I'm glad that the Stinger came in this spec because whew, this is serious, guys. I love this, and it is a very underrated contrast. Now, the price point and what you're gonna pay for your insurance and for your car payment monthly is gonna be very subjective depending on how much money you put down, what your credit score is, etc. Now, for my 2019 Kia Stinger GT1, it is $47,000, and that was before tax. Now, after tax, it was about $52,000, and with this, it is a lease. So with the lease payment, I'm paying about $700 a month. Now, with that, you also have insurance. My insurance is through Geico. It is full coverage, and I currently pay $167 a month. So that right there kind of lets you know where you'll be monthly if you were to get into one of these cars. Again, it's very subjective. Everybody's gonna put different money down. Everybody's gonna have different credit scores. Everybody's gonna have different insurance depending on your rates and everything there. But that is just what I'm at specifically. Now that we got all the painful price stuff out of the way, just to let you know, the factory window tint is from the dealership. So it is, you know, I guess, kind of dark, but not the darkest. Here in Florida, you can get away with very dark windows. So I definitely want to go a little bit darker. Other than that, you do have the 19-inch wheels here, all right, and you have the Brembo brakes. Now, these cars have been known to have problems with the rotors, or not mainly the rotors, but the pads. And a lot of people have changed out the pads for Euro spec because it will warp the rotors. I haven't had too many issues yet, but they are sitting very pretty on these Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires that I have not yet to change. I've only had to rotate them so far, but with 6,900 miles, it's not something that you would go through that fast. Car is still looking as fresh as it came out day one, with a couple of minor, you know, bugs all over the front fascia there. But this thing just looks really good with the nice kind of chrome black grille. I mean, the inserts and the surrounds on all these pieces look so good. Shiny black here, the black chrome here, the black chrome on the lower, and then you have the shiny black fake hood vents. You have the shiny black side vents, which these are actually functional. So you can go in between here and see right through. And, you know, it's cool that it's functional, you know, and it kind of relieves a little bit of the air here throughout, but man, rocks come through here and all kinds of dirt come through here, so it's definitely something that you need to clean. You do have the black mirror finish on the mirrors as well here. Again, it looks really good. I mean, the black mirror finish along the window moldings, the black top roof with the sunroof here, so that's why it only goes halfway through. All right, and then the black finishes on the rear, like in the rear bumper here, where you see the black fake vents there, and then the rear diffuser done in gloss black as well. Just looks really great. I'm really pleased with the styling of this car. I mean, it's one of those things to where the looks will draw you in first, and then the performance will be next. Speaking of performance, let's take a look under the hood. Now, please excuse my filthy engine bay, but I kept this all as realistic as possible. I daily use this car, so I'm not gonna doll it up too much for the video. But the specs on this thing, you have a twin turbo V6, and it's a 3.3 liter. With that 3.3 liter, you get 365 horsepower. And with that 365 horsepower, 376 foot-pounds of torque. That puts you at a 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. And a top speed of 168 miles per hour. Just to kind of put that in retrospect, my Maserati Ghibli, 0 to 60, same exact time, 4.7 seconds. It's the same size engine for the most part on the twin turbo V6, and the top speed for the Ghibli was 177. This is 168. So we're kind of, you know, flirting in the same territory, which is kind of why I wanted to jump into something like this too. And now hopping in the rear hatch, I mean, this thing has so much space. It's incredible. Look at that. This is basically a hatchback, but I mean, the space is just second to none in this segment. I mean, I have stuff in here like chairs for the soccer games, for bags from Lowe's to cover up and protect the inside, just in case I get some, you know, tools or landscaping equipment back here, just regular camera equipment, stuff like that. I have so much space, and all three of these seats fold down, which will give me even more space. I'll put, you know, I think it was a 60-inch TV back here and just fold it down the seats. It's just the practicality and convenience of having all this space is just, it's second to none. I think they did a phenomenal job on the fit and finishes of this car. Again, after 6,900 miles, pretty much 7,000 miles, everything looks really good still. And you know, it's part of being able to take care of the vehicle. But I do have a 9-year-old, and I'll show you guys the back seat. I'll show you that that does get some use. And then you'll see that the driver's side here, if you were to get out and see, you get your leather cracks as you've seen before in cars. And I'm not sure how well you guys can see that, but you can see the leather cracks right there and the stress there with the leather. It is a thing that is going to happen sitting in these leather seats. You'll also have to worry about the perforated leather. Do not eat or bring any kind of crumbs in your car, because they will fall in these little holes and get stuck. And they'll get stuck to where you can see them, but you can't brush them off. So it's something that you have to, you know, kind of pay attention to and protect. But once you keep this car up, I mean, it really will do the favor back, and everything has lasted very well. There is one thing that I'll tell you guys about a little bit later that is the fault of this interior, or the fault of the car, that has given me a little bit of a problem. But other than that, you guys can see the mileage there. I mean, it's still running like a champ, and we'll start it up so you guys can even see that there are no engine lights, no warnings, no nothing like that, and that is doing just fine. So you guys can see I'm in eco mode currently. I have the light on and it's telling me that I have the door open, so we'll close the door. And you guys can see there are no engine lights, no service lights, nothing on the Speedo there. So as I promised, roll into the back seat here where my 9-year-old sits, and you can see the materials on the leather have really held up. Now this is kind of more of a fake leather. The GT2 actually has the premium leather on it, so the fake leather is doing pretty good. As you can see, a couple of crumbs here and there, but with having kids sitting in the back, it's gonna happen. But the interior has held up very well for the past 8 months. Now I kind of want to rate my Stinger and kind of give you guys a 1 to 10 on certain aspects of the vehicle, like looks. It still looks incredible. It's still one of those cars on the road that a lot of people ask me about every day. While I was filming this, people have been driving by. A person stopped to ask me about the car. It still looks incredible. This is one of those cars that the styling is going to be the first thing to catch your eye. It looks great out of the box. You add a couple of mods to it, then you're really looking crazy and you're really standing out. But the looks on the interior and exterior of this, I'm definitely going to give an 8 out of 10. This is just for the price point. You're getting such a great looking automobile, and it's hard to not notice it. It really isn't. Kia did a tremendous job with the Germans, collaborating with them to make an extreme but also a practical looking sedan to where it's not too crazy. Some people say it's overstyled, but I mean, I think for what it is, it did a good job at being itself. Now, as far as practicality goes, I'm definitely going to give this an 8 out of 10. Reason being, I mean, it's easy. The space that this allows and the things that it can do while not sacrificing. I mean, tons of space in the back, as I said, tons of space in the rear, as you can sit 5 comfortably, and you can fold seats down, all right? And then nice big size seats up front, very comfortable seats that you can take long road trips on, all right? You can put the groceries in the back, you can have 5 people with you, and you can go 168 miles per hour. There's just no there's no competition in this price point that will really do this besides Hyundai, which has the G70, and again, that is the same company. I mean, Hyundai owns about 33% of Kia, so it's really one of those things to where it's one of a kind. Now, my rating for gas mileage, it's probably going to be a 6 out of 10. Now, as you guys would expect for a twin turbo V6, well, the gas mileage isn't all that great. You get about 17 to 22 city, all right, and 25 highway. Currently, right now, let's see where I'm at, if it will let me change the screens. Okay, so let's see if we can get that focused in, see what my gas mileage is, and I went the wrong way. Hold on, here we go. 19.4. So I'm in that 17 to 22 city range for my gas mileage. I am on economy. If you have this thing in sport, you're definitely going to be going through that gas mileage, and you'll probably be closer to the 17 mark. But with it being a twin turbo V6, you don't necessarily expect great gas mileage. I have seen people on the forums get up to 30 miles per gallon. So it really is a kind of a wavelength, depending on how you're driving, depending on your conditions, you know, of your atmosphere, if it's colder, if it's warmer, how the engine's running, all that stuff. It's really going to depend. But I think the gas mileage, you know, you want it to be better, so I would give it a 6 out of 10. Now, as far as performance goes, we know what this engine can do, but I would probably still give it a 8 out of 10. Not a perfect score for sure, because, you know, it's a turbo, it's gonna have some lag. It's not gonna be the fastest turbo out there, but this has extremely great performance specs for what it is and for the price point you pay. So the performance on this is so fun. I've done launch control for, you know, videos for you guys. I've done burnout videos. You know, I've just really accelerated this car and kind of beat up on it a little bit and had some fun and really ran the engine, and it still has not thrown any kind of error codes, has not failed on me at all, has not given me any problems. And I'm really happy about that over the past 7,000 miles. Is it perfect? No, it can always be better. So we're gonna leave room for improvement. We're gonna do an 8 out of 10. It's hard to explain how using the paddles and sport mode on this thing just really gives you a feeling. I mean, you step on it, the sound you're hearing is force fed. But it does help add to the driving experience. I'm not too mad about it, but it's expected. But you know, I would love to hear a real noise behind this. But wow. It's fun to do that. I mean, I'd even put it in launch control, and it gives you a little bit more behind it. It's just the feeling of seeing it show launch and you're just sliding across the road. It's something else. I really enjoy the bang for your buck for this. It's just, wow. far as technology for the Stinger, it's not a leader in its class, but it has some pretty decent things that you would expect out of a car in this price range. Touch screen there, it has different colors for your ambient lighting, has different things for your driver assistance. This one specifically that I have here has stuff like your SC reaction, your driver attention warning, your lane safety, for collision warning there, your rear cross traffic, blind spot collision warning as well. So I do have my lane keep assist on, so you can, you know, have your lane keep assist move you over from lane to lane, just kind of help you out. Stuff like that that you would expect in this segment. It's nothing too crazy as far as, you know, different things you can do. I mean, wireless charging, you have your USB and aux there. All right, you have your 12 volt as well. You do not have a USB-C port, which is a little bit disheartening, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty basic as far as technology goes. I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. You know, knowing what you can get in an A-class Mercedes and the different things that comes with as far as tech goes, there's a lot that comes in that price point of $30,000 to start. So I think that Kia could definitely do a better job with the technology on their price point, but really, what you're getting is you're getting the performance, you know, and you're kind of ditching some of the technology and the theatrics. So I understand, but I'm gonna tell it like it is. I wanna say probably a 6 out of 10. Now, overall reliability. I mean, a lot of people say that these cars have issues as far as Kia models have issues. And, you know, we had that whole fire thing that happened last year where cars were catching on fire. And it wasn't Stingers, I don't think, but, you know, Kia doesn't have the best brand reliability, but they have the best warranty in the game. So it kind of goes hand in hand because they have the 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty. My specific experience for this car, I haven't had any issues besides the fact that one, I got rear-ended, all right, and that two, I have a rattle. I have a rattle in this passenger side door. So under the seal here, there's some clips that are rattling when I drive. This is the only thing that I haven't looked into yet because one, I've been lazy, two, I just haven't taken the time to, but some people will just seal them, as in glue them down, and there's no more rattle. So overall, as far as reliability, well, guys, no problems with this at all besides the rattle. I mean, 9 out of 10. This thing has really been solid. I haven't had any issues. Maybe the next review, maybe it'll be a lower score, but for right now, this thing is perfect for me. I mean, that's it. And you guys know I'm gonna talk about the upkeep. I had my first service done at 6,000 miles, which Kia recommends, and my first service, as you guys can see here, was $47.39 US. Daytona Kia right there. First service for my oil change was $47. A synthetic blend for the oil. They rotated the tires, did a couple other things. I mean, that's insane. I'm not used to that because of the cars that I've had before, like the Mazda, $365, $350 for the first oil change and 10,000 miles. Now that is full synthetic, but that's a big price compared to two. Now they're completely different cars, I understand, but this is just a big change for me, so I had to emphasize that. Now, we're talking about the score on the upkeep. Well, I mean, maintenance, you're really not gonna pay much besides putting gas in the tank, depending on how much you're driving, and your 6,000 mile service. I mean, your tires would not be going at, you know, 6,000 miles. I mean, maybe 10,000 miles, maybe 14,000 miles, depending on your driving habits. Then we'll talk. But other than that, to own this car, besides gas, I've only had to pay $47 for regular maintenance. That's it the past 8 months. I mean, I gotta give it a 10 out of 10, guys. I really do. 10 out of 10. I had to get all of this replaced. I mean, this whole section of the bumper, the exhaust, I mean, the part of the trunk there. To get all of this done, it cost me $500 out of pocket because that was my deductible. But the actual cost of repairs for this was $2,800. That is right, $2,800. So you guys were wondering when I posted that video and I had you guess what it cost to get this thing fixed. A lot of freaking money, guys. $2,800, but she looks good as new now. I'm happy about that. So yeah, I mean, people suck. People will hit you while you're parked and not leave any kind of information to help pay for it or claim it on the insurance. And the world is just a nasty place sometimes, but I'm glad I got her back. I've only had her back for about a week now, so I'm still enjoying it. So guys, be honest with me. Do I seem a little too biased, or do I love this car just a little too much? Now, it does have its flaws. I've done the videos on its strengths, what I loved about it. I've done a video on what I didn't like about it. I mean, it's great at performance. It looks very good right out of the box. It has great materials. It has low maintenance, all right? And it's really kind of durable and reliable. I mean, and practical. It's just, it checks a lot of boxes for me. And at the price point given, I think it does a really good job being a great daily driver. It just has that brand stigma over it that it's not gonna be a great car, it's not a special car. Also that, you know, it's just not something that everybody wants to own. You know, when they look at a Kia, they're like, just a Kia, just a Hyundai. I mean, even Han in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift says, you think I'm gonna let you roll in a Hyundai?
You're representing me now. What you think? I'm gonna let you roll in a Hyundai?
You know what I mean? Like, things have changed, obviously, since 2003, but, you know, they're really stepping up their game, man. I think they did a great job with this car. I've had so much fun with it. I haven't had to spend that much money on it. And really, I just love being in it, love claiming it, love telling other people about it when they ask me at least 3 times a week. And it's just really something different that's on the market. And I like to take chances on cars, which is why I took a chance on the Ghibli. And now I took a chance on the Stinger. But what do you guys think? Am I a little too, you know, I guess giving as far as that score? Or how would you rate these different aspects of the car, given the information that I gave you about my Kia Stinger GT1? I want to know, would you guys rate it the same? I would rate it on reliability or performance or looks. You know, everything's subjective, so I want to know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed the video today, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Giving it a thumbs up helps get it up in the rankings. More people can see it, and we can have a bigger discussion on if this Kia Stinger GT1 is really that good. Now, with that said, if you guys want to help support the channel, check the links down below. I have a one-time link donation for my PayPal in case you guys want to donate $1 or $2 to the channel. You can always click the Patreon subscription and be a monthly subscriber, or you can check out the Ron's Rise merch. We can get a Ron's Rise t-shirt, you can get a Ron's Rise hoodie, you can get stickers, anything like that. Make sure you check that out as well. You can also check out the social media links, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, everything down there that I post that doesn't always make it to the channel. Now, with that said, make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell so you can get these videos straight to your inbox. We'll talk to you guys in the next Ron's Rise video. Peace.